Welcome to Complete Rod Build Part 2. Okay, so I'm going to be marbling this rod, but it's going to be in 2 steps because of the effect I'm wanting to get. I'm going to be using, see if I can get this to y'all, Tropical Blue, Pigments by Nuno. And the first thing I'm going to do is I've already put a light coat on the rod. And he's wanting, the gentleman I'm building this rod for, he wants it blue with a little bit of orange. So I have to put decals on it. So I like to have a light coat before I put decals on it anyway. But I'm going to do a base in the blue. And then I'm going to come back with a second coat after that's all dried. And I put on the epoxy, not the epoxy. I put on the decals. And I'm going to put just a little bit of orange in that layer. And then after that layer, after that all settles out, it's going to be coated for the last time, hopefully. So here we go. I'm just going to show you how I put this base coat on. I'm just going to kind of dab it, because it's going to wander around and do its own thing until it's done doing what it wants to do. That's what's really cool about marbling. You never know what you're going to get until it's done, set, and over with. Which is pretty cool because it's always a surprise. I'm not getting real fancy with this because, like I said, it's just going to do what it's going to anyway. I'll just mess around with it until I'm happy with it. Put a little bit in the section right here too. Just going to fade it out. And as it's starting to try to set, I'm going to be watching it, and I can come back if I'm wanting to. As I'm watching it, I can always move it around a little bit as it's starting to set. And the longer you let this epoxy set, the less it moves around. I'm going to go back and add a little bit more blue down here. It looks a little thick, but trust me, it's gonna wander off. All right, let's see how that does. Okay, so I've put my decals on and another light coat of epoxy. Now for this step, I'm going to use Pigments with Nuno, Pigments by Nuno, Sunset Dazzler. Very, very pretty. That's going to be for my orange. Now, let's see if I can. I'll let it stiffen up quite a bit. And I'll let this rod set just a little bit because I want to be very, very light on the orange because I know it's going to wander a little bit. So like I said earlier, if you don't want it to move around so much, let it set just, well, not just a little bit. Sometimes you have to wait. It depends on kind of the temperature. Because like any kind of epoxies and finishes and stuff, I mean, depending on the temperature, it's going to take longer sometimes or quicker others. And I'm just going to put this on with a toothpick. And I want to go real light with it. So and I don't want much. And I'm gonna go, since I have his logo, I was able to actually make a decal with it. It's in the center, so I'm gonna just kind of frame it by doing both ends. In doing this, my blue's not going to kind of mix in with my orange. It's just orange. And I'm gonna do just a little bit right here. Now I'm going to let this set a little bit. I might mess with it some more. I'm not really sure. I just kind of got to watch it and decide. Because that's going to move around. So I don't want to put too much or move it around too much. Because I want to keep the orange as possible. So that pretty much ends up this rod build. The last thing I'm going to do is once this sets, I'm going to check for any imperfections and fix the imperfections. Put one final coat on it. Hopefully it'll be a final coat then. And then I'll be done with this rod. So, you guys, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that notification bell. I hope you enjoyed watching this video from start to finish of a rod build. Tight lines, y'all. Take care. And we'll leave you with a finished, custom-built fishing rod.